Sorry, give it a sec. Okay. Hey guys, I'm RG here with episode 18 of my Bloodborne Let's Play. In the last episode, we made our way to Cainhurst. I've always thought it was Cainhurst, but I realized it was Cainhurst a few days ago, and I feel like an idiot now. Made our way halfway through and got a brand new weapon that I'm going to be using for the time being, the Martyr Logarius. I'm not sure how you pronounce it correctly. Sorry, car just did a U in my front yard. Not my front yard, but like the street leading to my house. Anyway, it's just like a really good weapon. This thing is quick, agile. It has like a really cool trick mode where it becomes a gun. It's a perfect weapon for strength, blood, tinge build. Test it out a little bit. Got my level up a tiny bit. So here's what my stats are looking at like right now. Got this to +7, I think. Yes, +7. So it's probably going to be my main source of damage for the time being until I get another weapon I really want. Which is kind of funny because the 3 main weapons I want to use for my set are found at Cainhurst. So that's kind of good. So I think it's this one. For a second, Cainhurst. Yep. So, also we got the shortcut, so we don't have to deal with all those bloodlickers and ghost ladies again. Well, we're gonna have to fight some more ghosts, but not the ones we already dealt with last episode. So sorry about yesterday's lack of video. There will be 3 videos today, and I have some kind of an update I want to make, kind of correct a announcement I made the other day where I said that I was going camping from October 5th to the 7th. I'm actually camping from the 4th to the 6th. I had my days Wednesday. Okay, so what's happening? That little icon that's like on my neck, there's a guy up over there that's shooting you, and with this, these guys go ballistic and start tracking you, so I'm gonna head over to this dude and kill him. Alright, so with that dude dead, I can roll through these guys, gals, hopefully get to the door and then deal with these characters. Man, there's a shitload of these ghosts in here. Spirits, that's their official name, is Spirit, which is kind of lame. That's the way we entered here from. That's the shortcut right there that we just took. On main path of progression, you go this way, and then to the left is the shortcut that we took a moment ago. So the Martyr Logarius is pretty good, doing decent damage. One thing I don't like about it is its thrust attack is a charge attack. I kind of wish it wasn't locked to charge attacks. That would have been made useful. I mean, there's other like button combinations, but I mostly just use the standard ones. I'm kind of... Holy shit, not great at the game, so... I staggered her. I didn't know you could actually stagger the enemy. Okay. I'm not sure if it's this room that has it. One of the rooms coming up has... Oh, yeah, it is. This is the room. I was going to say, one of these rooms has a gun I really want to use. That is really good with... That is pretty damn good from what I've heard. It's in that chest we saw, so... right there, which is pretty easy to get. You just climb up this, jump down on the table, and then go to it. But I want to kill these ladies first, because I think these ladies can run through tables. Oh, I was wrong about the charge attack thrust. just as base R2 when you're moving forward. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Evelyn. Yes, Evelyn. Going to probably equip that. If I can't. No, I can't. I need a lot more blood tinge. Okay. But it has a decent amount of damage. If it doesn't take too long, I'm sure I can take on the boss in this episode, who I'm very nervous about because just all around I consider this boss. At this point in the game, it's the hardest boss so far, definitely, in my opinion. Not the hardest boss in the game in general, but one of the hardest bosses, the hardest boss that we fought so far. In terms of just how much damage you can do and how hard it hits, and it also has the most HP by quite a bit. Damn. Sorry, I'm not really talking. There's not really much to talk about for a little bit. This whole upper area is just kind of just, you know, as you see, full of these servant enemies. That guy is moving. I love those servant enemies that are like cleaning the windows because like their arm moves ridiculously quickly. You're not dead? What? Okay, there you go. Chunks, nice. How many do we just get there? Because I know I used all the ones I currently had, so I won't see how much we have. Just one, okay. I thought I saw the number 5, I was like, holy crap, 5 chunks? Jesus. That's enough for another. That would be enough for another upgrade on the Rider Palash. Or this really cool gunblade, which I'm probably going to call that because it... Rider Palash is, I could screw that up by pretty easily. These guys do a lot more damage than the other one downstairs. And there's another guy behind me I just noticed. Let's kill him so we could get rid of that guy. Get staggered? Okay. There you go. He's dead. We're good. Trying to remember, I forget if there's another item up here that we could grab. That's the way we came, not the why we came. Probably heal. I guess I could take this time to talk about the boss real quick, just because when I'm fighting it, I'm not really going to be talking. I'm mostly just going to be focusing on the boss itself. The boss is Martyr Logarius. He has just over 9,000 HP, and just all around, he has some of the best resistances of any boss in the game, because like he takes the same amount of damage for all types of melee damage as well as gun damage and element resistances. So it's not really one specific weakness you should try doing, you know. He has one big weakness, and I thought I was going to die there. I think there was an item up there we missed, but I could grab that a little bit later with a shortcut. Here's another one of those lost children of acuity kind of enemies, the gargoyles. Logarius can be kind of tough. He has some long-range magic arcane abilities, like these spears he launches in a row, like a horizontal row. They can do quite a bit of damage. He has these large ball type attack, this large ball attack that like explodes and does a crap load of arcane damage to you, and could be kind of a pain in the butt. He has an attack where he shoves his sword into the ground and then summons like a sword of like a raining sword, so that will do some decent damage to you as well. When you see that happen, I highly recommend just going for that sword in the ground and breaking it. He could do it multiple times, but not more than once. So if there's already a sword in the ground, you can't do it again. I screwed up, guys. I might die here. God damn it. No, please don't. Okay, thank you. That one snuck up on me. At some point when he gets to a lower point of HP, I think like half his HP, he starts using more melee attacks with his scythe. He carries a sword and a scythe type weapon, and he tends to fly around a lot. His major weakness is he can be easily staggered into getting visceral when he does that attack, where he lunges back in the air and then towards you if you shoot him at the right moment, which is pretty easy because I think you can do it pretty much at any point during that attack, and as long as he's in the air. You can stagger him and then visceral attack him for a shitload of damage, which is highly recommended because that is a pretty easy way to actually kill him. I've done it before. It's ridiculous. It's kind of easy when you get the rhythm down. Of all the bosses in the game, this is the one I'm probably going to die to at least once. It's one of those bosses I always die to, no matter what. Knight's Garb. I don't know how good that set is. I never really used it, so we'll check it out once we clear out this area from these dudes. That way we don't have to deal with it. I tried getting a third hit in, but... Dude, stop whacking me with your cane. Ouch. See how much this does. Getting used to this Headless Spirit's attack is pretty useful. Pretty good thing to do, because later in the game we're going to be dealing with a optional boss that has a similar ability, and getting used to that timing is very highly recommended. Excuse me. I have like something in my throat right now. It's kind of pissing me off. I'm not sick, but just like it's that feeling there's something in the back of my throat, but there isn't. Is this room just empty? Is that it? Like, really? Okay, I guess it is. It was just there for items, maybe, perhaps? Yeah, it was. So we have to go down this way. Be very careful, that's death. You just climb across these roofs and these little banister areas. Hold up. This unlocks a... I wouldn't really call it a shortcut. Well, actually it kind of is, because it unlocks progression, that ladder right there. But before we do that, I do want to grab the item we missed a moment ago. Cainhurst Castle is a really cool area. Like, the enemies could be kind of annoying, especially those headless spirits that could lock you in place. Because if you get locked in place and you're surrounded by other spirits, you're gonna get destroyed, pretty much. Like, there's no way around it. You're done for. I think this is just Quicksilver bullets. Yeah, it is. I remember it being kind of a underwhelming item drop. What was I saying? I'm kidding. So be very careful. Just back off when you hear them scream, and you should be fine. they're all around not that bad. Those ones are pretty weak anyway. This is just an item. This is in no way progression. That is one. Holy crap! I forgot about you. I need to switch my weapon. This weapon's not doing as much damage as... Actually, it's probably just because that enemy has a really high resist. I mean, it is a stone gargoyle. Well, like a miniature gargoyle. Did I say garden goyle? So what is my stat at? I'm just a couple away. So I think I'm going to go back to Hunter's Dream real quick and spend my souls, just because I think I have just enough for a level, and I want to use them up, since this boss, if you go into a boss fight with a lot of soul, or echoes, sorry, and die to it, you're gonna need to kill the boss in order to get those things back, unless you have a quick moment to do like a bold hunter mark, but that leaves you open for like 3 seconds, and Logarius is a pretty quick boss. He's one that tends to not leave a huge opening. I tend to, whenever I stagger him, I tend to get one or two, I tend to visceral him, and then I quickly heal afterwards, so I am at a decent amount of HP. Oops, the wrong one. So we have this, I think this is worth 10,000, no, 8,000. There's one that's worth 10,000, so there's one a little bit better than that, but for the most part, the kin ones are the best Cold Blood in the main game. Sounds like I'm sick, but I'm not. I just have a little something in my throat. Pair of these. The red block, I already ruined it. The cool gunblade thing I have has low durability compared to other weapons, so it's good to keep that upgraded at all times.
Welcome home. What is it? Very well, then.
So we have enough for one, not quite two. So we're not going to be able to use the Evelyn for a little while, which kind of sucks, but I don't really want to spend like 10 minutes grinding up for it, so that'll be a little later. So, this is why I love this weapon. B-scaling, that's pretty damn good. So we got the Ludwig's rifle, which is a decent weapon, has good range. So I'm probably going to use this mostly to stagger him. And as for damage, this one's just a lot more agile, so I'm probably going to use the Rider Palash for this fight. So we're good. We got our gear ready, and we still have like another 5 to 10 minutes until we get to the boss itself. I just wanted to talk about it at that point because we weren't really doing much. There wasn't really anything to explain, so I felt like it was good to get that out of the way at that moment. So the ladder we just unlocked with that bookcase, when you're climbing it, if you did what I did, you're going to be dealing with that guy that shoots those little pebbles. Be kind of careful, because eventually he can knock you down the ladder and you'll be screwed, so... But for the most part, these spirits won't really do much. They don't really chase for long. As you can see, those pebbles do take some endurance, but it gains back pretty quickly. You should be fine. And luckily, ghosts don't know how to climb ladders, so we're pretty much safe. I forget what that one is used for, the new gem we just got. It's similar to like the gold pendant and the red brooch pendant thing, but it's already in gem form, so we don't have to like crush it. Blood chunks. Not quite enough for a level up on my weapon, but pretty good. And we made full circle. I wouldn't lie, this would have been kind of cool if this was like closed and you had to open it with a lever, even though it would have been kind of a dumb shortcut since it's only like a very tiny loop. Still would have been kind of interesting. So we got some gargoyles up here. One of them, I think, yeah, the one with red eyes is a bit stronger than other ones that we fought at this point, so be a little careful. Man, that made quick work of him. Low damage output, but still. And I think you get ambushed when you come close to this one. Knight's Wig. Yep. 2 more show up. These ones are regular though. The Knight's Wig is just, well, it's the 4th piece of the week set, the night set we got a moment ago. Which, after we kill these guys, or I'll kill these guys, I'll show what those stats are like. For Logarius, I do recommend your best arcane-based gear for resistance because most of his attacks are arcane-based. Excuse me. So let's check out the Knight set. Night Wig is pretty much garbage, not really worth using whatsoever. It's just there for like dressing up, kind of. Knight's Garb, good blood defense, but all around not the greatest. Let's see what it looks like. That looks really damn cool, not gonna lie. I actually love the look of this set. Most of these item sets are pretty cool looking, but I kind of like specific stats, so I don't really use a lot of them. Yeah, so just like the Executioner set and the Graveguard set from Forbidden Woods, it's not the best gear. Kind of a shame, but whatever. Drop down here, go around this. I think on the other side of this is an item, if I'm not mistaken. No, there's nothing over there. It looks like there is, but it isn't. It's not really worth exploring that way. I think... Oh, there's the item. That's what I was thinking. Jump down this roof. Be careful. Just make sure you don't slip off the edge because pretty much all death down there. I want to heal just in case he gets blood vials. Nope, Kin. Okay. What's up, Zelia? Is that how you say your name? I'm not good at the pronunciation. I mean, I screwed up Ryder Palash probably a dozen times at this point. Through that gate is the boss. So, end of the item. I didn't realize this item was here. But wow, nope, Blood Hunter mark. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to see real quick what attacks of his are interruptible. Alright, so in phase 1, none of his attacks are interruptible, which is the stagger. All of his attacks in phase 1 are mostly all arcane based. He has no like physical attacks. Phase 2, his only attack that is interruptible is his aerial dive, which I talked about 10-15 minutes ago. I'll show you what that is when we get to it. So I'm probably going to die to this boss quite a few times, won't lie. Oh, side note, before we step forward to the boss, you can easily fall off these roofs. Be pretty careful when you're back dodging because you could get close to the edge and get screwed. These things could be used to help guard against some of his attacks, and it's good to actually stay on the slants right here because his trying to see what the attack is. His homing skull attack, I think, is the one that's a horizontal row of skulls. You could use these little things right here to actually block it if you're at a right angle. It's pretty useful. You don't want to get hit by a lot of his attacks. They do a lot of damage. So for that reason is why I recommend your best arcane defense. Which is why I have the Tomb Protector garb on, which has some pretty high arcane. I think I have the best on, actually. Yeah, it looks like I have the best on, wow. Okay, that's funny, I didn't realize that. Phase 2, he adds physical attack, his scythe attacks into the mix, so be careful when it comes to that, but his aerial dive, again, is pretty easily staggerable. He is weak to what I believe is blood tinge based attacks, your gun. Well, slightly weak, doesn't. You could be staggered, is what I talked about like the last 12 times. Sorry for that. It's a damn shame you can't get that scythe as a weapon. That scythe would have been so badass. You can't get either of his weapons. It's not like Dark Souls where when you see a boss with a cool weapon, you could get that later. Nah. There's a few, I think one exception to that in this game, and that's a DLC boss. This is that's his burst attack, that ball just tracks you a little bit and explodes at a certain point. That does a decent chunk of damage. Be pretty damn careful. That's his homing skulls. They disperse after a little while, but if he's up close and stuff, those could be a pain in the butt. They're not really that bad though. They're probably his least threatening attack. Doing a shitload of damage to him. I mean, yeah, he has like 8,000 HP, but that did nearly 10% of his health. Okay, I might be able to have a chance on this. Phase 2 is where it gets tough, though. Like, you gotta be careful when it comes to Phase 2. He doesn't really use his scythe to whack you yet, but I've got coming up he will. I'm not sure how much HP, I think like half or 1/3. I don't want to get close when he does this attack. Just a warning with that, it can go into the root and kind of disguise itself. Don't let your guard down because it can still do damage to you even if it looks like it's gone. It's happened to me once or twice, not gonna lie. My first time fighting this guy took me like 5 or 6 tries. Ouch! God damn it, man. That's his delayed attack. He has 2 delayed attacks. I know I'm not really getting a lot of damage in right now. I apologize. I'm just trying to get a good opening. That's all. Oh, so now you can whack me with your scythe. I guess I was wrong. Okay, never mind. No, I think he was using his homing attacks, and I just got close to the scythe and got whacked, so it canceled out. Worth it. I got some good hits in. I'm happy with that. Just... Oh shit. Are you kidding? I apologize. Hold on. Humming Skulls, Skull Blast, which I think is the one that hit me. The delayed ones, Skull Sphere and Exploding Skull Sphere. Sorry. Oh wow, so the sphere that explodes can do damage to you even before it explodes. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, well... Shit. It's quick to get back to him, so I'm not going to end the video off, but if I do fail the attempt one more time, I probably will. Yeah, it's up to 30 minutes. I need a catchy title if I do that for this video. Next episode will be him defeating him, which actually I wouldn't mind doing that. So we'll do one more attempt. If I lose, we'll save the boss fight for the next episode, which of course will be like 10-15 minutes after this one, so it's not going to be like a long wait. There's like a few things you could do after the boss fight, so yeah. I'm not sure if I needed to really add anything to that sentence. Ouch, by the way. I'm not sure if there's any way to summon any NPCs for this fight, but if there was, I wouldn't really do it. I don't really want to risk them getting destroyed by this guy. Plus, having that more HP on him would be garbage. So yeah, pretty easy way to get back. A few enemies in terms of obstacles, but not a big deal. You're mostly... Well, I took a little bit of damage, but yeah. Hopefully we could get further into this fight. It's too bad you don't see that really awesome cutscene again. So, since I pretty much explained what he can do, I'm just gonna shut up and do the fight. Oh, that was on me. That is that attack I was talking about. If it bumps into you, it'll do damage and more when it explodes. Did you just juke? Yeah, juke. I know you can dodge through those. I'm not insane. I'm waiting for this to go away. I'm not gonna deal with that. Yeah, sometimes he spams the same attack because he knows that, like, you have problems with that attack. Oh cool, my blood echoes. Back up. See what this can do. That does any more damage than the Radical Hash. Because if it does, then I'm probably going to use this for the rest of this fight. Except I don't think I have any blood gems on this, which is a mistake. I did, but I moved all my good ones to my... Yeah, there's no... Switch is actually flash. You know when he's doing that sword thrust attack? Well, not thrust, but the attack where he puts the sword in the ground and starts, like, raining swords? When he raises the sword like he raises the scythe. That happens at phase 2. Ouch. So I could stagger him out of that, actually. So next time I see him do that, never mind. Not the next time, because I'm kind of too far to run up and do that. I've gotten, like, one time I've gotten his health bar down to, like, the last inch and then fallen off the roof and died. It was that moment of, goddamn son of a bitch. Okay, I'm not doing this crap again, buddy. I don't know how I survived that. I need better damaging items, but you don't really get anything good for skill for a little bit, so I'm kind of screwed when it comes to that. That's fine, I wanted to get away from that anyway. So this is the lowest we've gotten him so far, which is pretty good. That's his delay skull, his giant delay skull attack. So basically the giant ring that homing on. Okay. I was gonna get hit probably regardless. I did roll into that attack, so it's kind of my fault that that happened. I'm gonna switch to this. This is, I think, similar damage and hits quicker, has better damage per second. I don't want to waste any Quicksilver until phase 2, though. I know I said I wasn't going to talk, but I just feel like it. That'd be kind of cool if that attack, when it goes in the roof, it just kills enemies that's nearby it. Oh crap, that's his AoE burst. That cues phase 2. That's his aerial dive. It has good range. I meant to visceral him. I want him to use that again, because if he does, I can stagger lock him. Well, not lock him, but... Okay, can I... Oh, I did it, okay. Destroy that sword when he summons it, because it could do some damage. Come on, buddy. Do your aerial dive attack. Did I destroy it again? Buddy, do your aerial dive attack, please. Logarius. Stagger him. Okay, the game is now being addictive. Well, that worked. I didn't know you could stagger him like that. Okay. I'm wasting all my Quicksilver because he just won't stagger. Dude! I'm sick of this boss already. Jesus Christ, this is an awful boss fight. Do your thing? No, that's not your thing. That is... Thank you! And I have a rune that makes it so I gain 200 HP back, which is really nice. I know it's stupid for me to do it, but I have a good rate. I have good range. I have decent HP. Oh, that was a stackable one. Okay, there we go. So if he manages to keep doing this, I could stagger him potentially. How did I not take damage from that? Not gonna lie, that was pretty damn sick. Okay, it's got some good hits in, so I'm going to back off and probably heal up real quick. Back off, back off, back off, just back off, just back off. I'm going to die because I can't heal. Oh my god. And he did it immediately! Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Did you see that shit? He did it like 4 times in a row! I might lose this now! I legitimately might lose this. Also because I kind of crapped out on that dodge. Please use your aerial dive attack. I could kill you pretty easily if you do it again. Please, stop. Do your attack that I want you to. I can't win. He's just gonna keep spamming the same shit. I have 1 Quicksilver left, and he keeps spamming this attack. I lost. He kept spamming the same bullshit. I have no HP left. He won't use the attack I want him to use because he learned. I'm done. Oh my fucking god, leave me alone, please. Fuck off! I'm not gonna die to this. Oh my god, are you serious? I had it! I had it! I was gonna win! You just spammed the same shit and wasted all my resources! Okay. That's fucking bullshit. I'm doing it one more time this episode. Screw that crap. I'm gonna edit this part out. I'm editing that fight. That was horrible. I'm pretty sure I can do that on YouTube now. I can edit out a portion of a video so I can at least do that. I had it. And by had it, I mean I had the fight. I didn't. I need to correct myself there again. Hey, Japanese man. You can just call me Miles, by the way. Miles Red is just my username. He spammed the same attack 5 fucking times in a row. And I know I could just run up to it. I probably should have just done that in the first place, so that was partially my mistake, but like... I really hate it when you get one really solid strategy and then the boss just figures out, yeah, so I'm not gonna do that garbage again. Pretty good. Just got my ass kicked by a boss that I was actually doing pretty well against for the most part. Basically, the, one thing I do need to say about that boss, do not waste your resources. I did it myself, but you need to resource manage like crazy. If he didn't resist magic, I would have used bolt paper, fire paper, or whatever. I know I have fire paper equipped, but that's not really going to do anything. That's just there for, I guess, just to look cool. If you guys are wondering what that thud was a moment ago, that was me dropping my controller. It was on carpet, so it's not like it's going to damage it. If PS4 controllers were fragile and like they wouldn't be worth $60+. Gonna heal up again. Oh yeah, fall damage. Okay. I was like, when did I take damage? One more time, big boy. Starting off with that. Neat. A little pissed off still, but now he's spamming that. Back off. Okay, stagger me for like a half hour, that's great. Like triangle. I hate I hate these bosses that do the shit where they just spam the same goddamn move again. This is the 4th time in a row he's done that. Yeah, knock me right by him. Thanks. Honestly, this boss isn't... I mean, he's tough, but, like... extremely manageable. It's just garbage that he spammed that sword attack 5 times in a row. I whipped like 10 times right there. Well, he didn't hit me, so I got some hits there. I'm just curious how much damage this will do. It's for science. Plus, this fire flash looks so badass with it being fire on, flamed on. Does some decent damage. I don't really see much of a difference though. Phase 2 is where I want him to get, because Phase 2, besides that fucking sword rain attack, isn't bad whatsoever. This is the start of Phase 2, so when he does that, back off and just ignore him. For a little bit. What I want him to do is his dive attack. His dive attack is one of the easiest attacks for me to do damage. This is the attack. Bam. Decent chunk of damage. 1,000 damage, so he has about 8,000 HP, so that should take about 6 or 7 attempts. Not doing sword attack, but he's fantastic. Speak of the devil. Just walk up to him. Oh, I forgot it does that. Kill the sword. Back off. Heal. Probably gonna hit me. Nope, okay. I didn't really have much of an opportunity to stagger him right there. I'm mostly, on this phase, since his attacks are mostly short range, I mostly just like keeping on the center platform right here, the flattest point of the battle arena. Not sure how I didn't take damage right there, not gonna lie. I'm backed into a corner right now, so don't hurt me. I said don't hurt me, you piece of crap. So yeah, I don't think that did anything. The fire paper. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. I think that... Wait till he does the AoE. Whack up, whack, and roll. I don't think he can fall off the edge. If he can, that would be kind of fun. Oh, you're gonna be spamming. I'm not even going to talk to that. Nice. Where is he? Oh shit. Worth a shot, literally. Come on, I know you want to do it. That's what I'm talking about. It didn't do jack, but it got you close to me, and that's all that matters. Hi, Logarius. How you doing, buddy? If anyone with the username Logarius pops up, I'm going to subscribe to their YouTube channel. If your videos are actually good. If you have videos and they're, you know, something I'm interested in. Not just like a random username. It might be Logarius. I think it's Logarius, actually. Because Logir. Yeah, it's Logar. Sorry. I'm not great at words. Even though English is my first language, it's more of a European name, so... At least he's not doing... Excuse me. At least he's not doing his, freaking sword attack. I'm not talking about that sword attack. I'm talking about the one where he shoves it in the ground and starts raining swords on me. Which, in my opinion, is the coolest concept for an attack. This is the attack I mean, no. That's the attack I wanted to do, but I kind of screwed up the timing now. Come on, I could kill you in like 2 more hits if you do that one more time. I've gotten lucky in this phase. Wait till it does the AoE, walk up, whack, back off. Been managing my heal, my HP is pretty bad. Okay. Well, I get 200 from this, and I think this is the end of the fight. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. Oh, I love that feeling of relief. Okay. So, after beating him, you get the lantern, which is a good lantern, even though it's kind of not going to make sense for a second here. His crown, and what you want to do is actually equip his crown. When you get to where his throne is, the cutscene is going to play out. It says I got another comment. So before I say like, oh my god, there's more of this castle. Well, yes and no. There's more castle, but it's just a room with an NPC you can speak with. There's nothing more than that. So when you walk up here, there's going to be another lantern coming up. I think I passed it. There it is. Grab the unopened summons and then speak with this lady. You have to kneel down on this to speak with her.
Moon-scented hunter. I am Annalise, Queen of Castle Cainhurst. Ruler of the Vile Bloods and sworn enemy of the Church. Yet our people are murdered, and we are prisoner to this wretched mask. What is it thou art in search of?
Swear oath.
An odd hunter thou art indeed. We've tired of these piteous nights. Share in our plight, and take oath against the Church. If thou wouldst this path walk, I prithee, partake of my rotted blood.
There should be a 5th comment, because that little pop-up just said it had 5, and I only see 4 on the chat. Hey, Noobliz? That's a cool username. Swear oath.
Well, drink deep of our blood. Feel the spreading corruption burn. Now, thou art too a vile blood. We too, the very last on this earth.
So we get the corruption rune and the Cainhurst badge. Respect. And Blood Drag is just an item you get by doing online stuff. It's not really, we're not really going to do that part of the quest. So there's more to it, more things we could do with the unopened summons, but we're going to do that at the beginning of next episode, just because this is almost an hour long, and I want to end the video off soon. So I was originally going to do a third video today, but I think since this episode is an hour long, I'm not going to do another video besides this and the next one, so there will be just two. Excuse me, I had like a weird burp going on. So, now that we have the Cainhurst badge, we have access to some new stuff. Wrong section. Most notably the Chikage, which is a really, really cool weapon that is both skill and blood tinge base. I want to check out its stats real quick just to make sure it has really good skilling. So I know this weapon could be pretty useful in the right hands. Also, I'm going to be kind of a nerd for saying this, but the Chikage must be really well known if it's the leader of a village. Naruto reference. In there, the 5 main villages have their leaders are called Kages. Each one has a different prefix, I believe, or suffix. Prefix. And it just Chikage. Whenever I hear that, reminds me of Naruto. So it has, I know, really stupid joke. It has B skilling and scale and a S skilling and blood tinge. That's really fucking good, and I'm probably going to use it, but I need to save up for it, which will take a little while. So off screen, I'm probably going to grind up for the rest of the money I need for it. This should help a little bit. So I just need just over 10,000 for it. I was going to get some level ups, but I do want to get the Chikage as soon as I can. What else does it give you? Let me look up the, just so I get everything, I'm going to look up on the guide real quick. One thing I do know about the, Chikage is it does sap your health a little bit. So it is one of those weapons you need to be careful with. So it looks like you get access to purchase the Rider Palash Chikage, Numbing Mist, which is good for PvP, not really PvE though. Where is Numbing Mist? I'm not insane. Well, maybe it's in the other fountain. I think it's the other fountain. The Evelyn, which we already got by exploring the castle, so we're good there. As well as the Cainhurst set for armor. I heard good things about, I hear a lot of people like this, but honestly, the stats-wise, it's not one of my favorites. It's kind of worth a lot, too. I mean, look. I think the best piece is its armor. Chest piece armor set, but, besides that, the gauntlets and leggings and stuff, I don't really care for that. I might get this just to check it out, but that'll be a lot later. So we get a few things from it. Let me see if I'm not crazy. I want to check this real quick. Yeah, so Numbing Mist is available here. We have a lot of Numbing Mist, and I don't use it to begin with. The only actual in-game boss it's useful for is Vicar Amelia, because she has a healing ability. But besides that, it's kind of useless unless if you do PvP, which I personally don't, so it doesn't really have much matter to me. I'm not sure what this one really does. I'm not really a huge fan of the Corruption Rune. So I guess it automatically heals you when you're near death at least once. That's interesting. Or I don't know. Both the ones we have right now, the blue ones kind of suck, so it's not really that useful. I'm gonna repair my Rider Palash. And end off the video. Hour long, Jesus Christ. So just give me 10 minutes and episode 19 will be in a little bit. That's going to just be some side story stuff and me getting the Chicago and trying that out for the episode. I don't think I want to do story progression or game progression or anything like that. Just, well, technically progression, but not in the way of narrative. Just side stuff. I could have worded that a lot less awkwardly. But anyway, thanks for watching this episode, guys. And again, I'm sorry for sucking so badly against Logarius. He is one of my favorite bosses, though. Really hard fight, but really fun fight at that. He kept spamming that one move that wasted all my resources. So it's just me sucking, really. That's why it took me 3 tries. See you guys in a minute.